And just taking off here from the Ozette trailhead. This place just feels so remote. 4.5 hours to drive here from the Seattle metro area. Definitely feels like winter here. Really no other sign of people, not a lot of activity going on. I'm headed for Sand Point. Alright, bear frequenting area. I'm ready. I'll make lots of noise. Okay, I'm going to Sand Point, and then I'm coming back on Sunday, if everything goes according to plan, from this way. We're at the inner point of the triangle. All right, well, just some beta here. The planks, at least these little cedar split planks, are not as slippery as I thought they would be based on all the precautions. We'll see. There are a few different varieties of planks, but it did not require yak tracks or anything like that. I do have poles, but it didn't really even require that, so we'll see. Good to know though if you've never been here. Would you look at this? Huh. Brand new. I mean, I think this crew that I just walked by, just passed a crew of young people. I think they were on their way out back to the trailhead for lunch, and I think they just completed this, and they might have been the only other vehicle that was here, so I may have this whole place to myself, which is pretty cool. One of the reasons to come out here in February. Feels very nice over here south of Sandpoint. Noticeable difference in the wind. The point cuts off the wind basically. So this is going to work out well if the wind doesn't shift. My camp is down there a little further south, Sandpoint South. So just taking a break here though. It's 2 o'clock in the afternoon on Friday and I've set up, so I'm all situated, put my heavier stuff in there, and then I'm just going to spend the rest of the evening exploring. It's going to be a nice camp. A little windy right now, but you know, it's the ocean, so we've got a nice view. It's probably about upper 40s, about 50, and I'm comfortable with all the layers I have on. It's not bad. I'm having just took a first bite of some dehydrated or rehydrated curry, vegetable chickpea curry, and it's good. And having some herbal tea. Just chilling out at my camp for a while, and then gonna clean up, get organized here a little bit, put some things in the tent, and go enjoy the low tide, which is happening now. Well, it's actually on its way back out again, with low tide actually being about 7 p.m. tonight. It's got a lot of tannins in it from all the decomposing matter. And I understand it's the hemlock leaves, or hemlock roots of the hemlock, western hemlock. It actually dyes the water almost like a tea. So totally fine to drink. I mean, as long as it's been filtered or boiled. So yeah, it's good. It's really a shame when we hear about plastic waste in the ocean. This is it. At least looks like there's an effort here to collect it all in a spot. Maybe they collect it all here and then people haul it out. Making some noodles. I'm gonna throw in some instant miso. Saturday, February 27th, 7:15 in the morning. It's about 35 degrees. It was really windy up until about 9:30, 10 o'clock last night, and then calmed down, and it was just wonderful noise of the surf. So there's a layer of frost on the logs, on the drift logs. So it did get down to freezing last night down here. And no wind though. Oh, what a relief. I mean, yesterday was just sustained 35, 40 mile an hour winds, it seemed. About mid-tide right now. You know, for creek crossings, if you will, I was kind of curious what it's like trying to cross the creeks along that perpendicular the beach. Really not too bad. As you can see, it spreads out, fans out really thin. And so as long as you have boots or something, it's pretty easy to tiptoe across, rock hop across that. Or it's littered with logs up against the bank here, so it's easy to cross on the, well, not easy, but one can manage getting across on the logs. Now the major regional rivers, I haven't crossed the Ho or the Queets or the you know, any of the major rivers. Those are a different ball game, but these tributary smaller creeks, this is it. Whew, man, I'm just warming up some water for a protein shake, just so I'm not drinking a huge cold bit of water, you know, get it room temperature or something. It's good. It's, you know, I'm not complaining. I chose to be out here, so. Bald eagle. So I just walked by all this yesterday. I was so focused on the beach and going up on the point that I missed all of it, but it's a trail from Sand Point that parallels the beach, and there's a sign here that says water and privy, directing people south of Sand Point to get the water, and then several camps of all about the same level of amenities here and in the trees out of the wind. You know, all are pretty good. This one's actually really quite nice. It has a view. So probably gonna go back out to the beach here because oh, you know, nah, it's probably illegal firing because they explicitly say no fires out here. So yeah, several little places to put up some different sized tents. And going back out here, give you a sense of what it's like. There it is. Beautiful. Yeah, and I saw another party, a couple of guys who were getting some water, had their tent set up. I presume they were here last night. Here's another backpacker. Okay, heading north. This is Sand Point. Get a little bit of a different shot of it here. And that is probably can't see it on this camera. That is a bald eagle sitting out there on that rock right there, and very different than it was yesterday when I got here. It's no wind right now. I think I need to take a couple layers off. It's actually feels pretty comfortable, even though it's in the low to mid 40s. Just hiking around here at the full pack, I'm getting warmed up. So I'm gonna walk around, take off a layer and walk around this point. Nice morning. It's about 45 degrees, maybe even a little warmer. 10 degrees warmer than it was yesterday at this time, and very noticeable. I'm just doing my final walkthrough of the camp. This was a good camp. Really been a pretty good pack up. I mean, it's been moist, but tent is just soaked and everything, but you know, I'm going home, so just hang everything up in the garage. This was a good one. So I'm ready to head back out on the beach and head north to Cape Alaba, which I believe is right there. And then my trailhead back to the parking lot, 3-mile trail back to the parking lot, goes from there. So I estimate I should be to the trailhead by easily before noon. And well, remember this camp? There's a lot of very similar camps. Not hard to find a camp here. Water's another situation. It's not as bad as the desert, but one has to be a little strategic about the water. The water's just around where that tree is kind of hanging out, that alder or whatever it is, it's hanging out there. There's a water source right around that corner. So, and that's the petroglyphs right there. So it's all within just a couple blocks away. Good place to stop. Wedding Rocks is a nice place in between, where I think most of the people that do this triangle probably just default to either Cape Alaba or Sand Point. That's where most of the camps are, I assume. But I wanted to be a little bit away from the crowds if I could. So, looks like an extension cord. But it's a kelp. Hey, look at that. He got a knot. Somehow this kelp got a knot. Anyways, okay. Walking north. This is just immediately south of Cape Alaba, and technically it's not listed as a high tide warning, but one would be, you can just see where the tide line is here in the kelp. I mean, one would be really pressed up against that hillside trying to get through here to get to Wedding Rocks, if you just so happen to arrive here right at within an hour or two of high tide. I'm telling you, the boots are the way to go. I don't normally wear boots. I'm a trail runner wearer, or I wear trail runners for almost 99% of my outdoor stuff. So I'm really glad I wore boots on this one. Look at all these sea anemone. I have not seen a lot of these in the tide pools until this point. Really cool. This is just south of Cape Alaba. Probably about 9 o'clock. And I'm here at Cape Alaba at the trailhead. heading north. This is the water, one of the water sources. And some camps. Oh, really nice. Wow. Look forward to coming back and exploring this. I'm not sure if that's the way out of here. I think it might be. So I'll have to check my map. It must be an absolute huckleberry feast out here. The evergreen huckleberries are just all over. Gotta remember that if it's smoky in, or let's say when it's smoky in August and September again, definitely gotta come out here. It may be smoky out here as well, but you know, with some onshore breeze, I'm sure the air's got to be a little cleaner out here. And what a nice place. It was about a 250-foot climb to get out of Cape of Lava. Not bad though. And expecting somewhat level path all the way back to the car now. It's a pretty cool little section here. Heading back toward the trailhead. I wanted to mention I did not see or have any indication of any raccoons. Didn't hear anything at night. Had no... In fact, I really didn't see any chipmunks, any small mammals. Didn't see any, which is probably a good thing. I had heard that for years. I'd heard that this is there's a chronic raccoon problem out here, and saw no sign of that, which was a good thing, probably because everybody's been not allowing food sources. So the raccoon population has gone somewhere else, perhaps, or just been managed. Maybe it's a seasonal thing. I don't know. I'll come back in June and different segment of trail, and maybe I'll see raccoons. But I didn't want to see any raccoons. I don't like being bothered at night. I don't know who does. But I had my stuff in a can, like one is supposed to, and did not have any problems with it. Ooh, this would be kind of scary if you've got a rotten plank. Okay, it's about 10 o'clock and I've made it back to the point where I started.